Hey everyone, good morning. Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. I was just jumping on here this morning to let everybody know that I'm going to go back out this morning and continue to research. Yesterday, I initially, I can't even talk this morning. I originally was heading out to go do some researching, and I ended up getting tied up, which is, that's what I do, helping Dad and a couple people at the farm. And by the time I finished up what I was doing, I was still able to go. As soon as I got into the woods and was able to do what I wanted to do, a tornado blew up and come marching straight down the bay. And of course I ran out of the woods. I got out of there before it got serious, because I didn't know what it was going to do. At one point I saw almost fire red in the sky, and then it went to a real light purple and pink, and then I heard what sounded like a super jet or a cargo jet. I don't know how to explain it, but it was loud. And then it went from sounding like a jetliner to like barn roof tin, like a giant, if you can imagine in the sky, a giant 100-foot tall rolling up barn roof tin with his hands. It was just the gnarliest, loudest metal crumbling sound that you could imagine, for no exaggeration, a good 10 to probably 15 minutes. This storm was so loud. I've been around tornadoes in quite a few different states, and when this tornado, I guess, either originated, a lot of times let me back up. A lot of times we get fountains, water spouts in the bay, and then they'll turn into tornadoes. Well, I think that's what happened yesterday. And when it fired up, I heard the jetliner. And then as it got going and I seen the sky go from red to purple to pink, that's when it started sounding like metal tin being crumbled up. And then I watched it from across the field. We got like a 1.5-mile field, and it's just, straight shot. If you can imagine from from a crow's fly, or I don't know what it's called, bird's fly or bird's view. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. You can, if you can visualize in your mind, if you know where certain areas are, which I do from growing up here, I pictured in my mind looking straight across the field through the woods, and there's the Chesapeake Bay. Well, I could visualize and then watch in the sky the storm just walking down the Chesapeake Bay. And it was one of the gnarliest storms I've ever witnessed. And as it got miles away, the sound didn't dissipate. It stayed loud. Like, it reminded me, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed or watched any of the videos in Canada and Montana, Midwest and northern section of the United States into Canada, where people have captured weird, obnoxious sounds in the sky and in the forest. It was like that. It was sounds I've never witnessed before, never heard, I couldn't put anything to it other than it sounded like barn tin, but at a super large scale. Almost like if you could picture 10 excavators smashing up metals or tin with their buckets, like crushing it, slamming down on it. It was a constant sound. And the lightning, here's the other thing, I'll back up a little bit. The other thing was there was no thunder, but there was lightning that literally didn't stop lightening up the sky. And it was broad daylight. But it was the kind of lightning that it just kept kept trailing. It kept fingering off. And as soon as you'd think it was going out, it would fire off again. I mean, literally no breaks, no millisecond, no nothing. It just kept going and going. And it did all this that I'm describing the whole time that storm went down the bay. And then as it got towards southern Maryland, because I was over on the Eastern Shore, when it got towards southern Maryland, it got worse. And I'm talking a good 80 to 100 miles away from me. I could still hear this storm loud, and I could still track it by eye. It was the craziest thing, and I just figured I'd share that with y'all. Only because I've never witnessed anything like that. And I've been through some hurricanes, a lot of tornadoes. I've seen some bad things. Working the streets and, working certain shifts, and, you'd have to work in it. You couldn't go home, and you're out there trying to help people losing their homes. And I've seen it. So, long story short, that was probably the worst one I've ever witnessed. That was, well, I know it was. It was a rough one. But here's the crazy thing. I haven't seen but one report from one channel, and it was a local channel from the shore that reported on it. And they didn't make no big stink of it, which either way, I don't care. But they didn't really say, oh my goodness, there was a tornado, blah, 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 and they tore this up. No, it wasn't like that. They said that a possible tornado could have touched down in such and such northern bay and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, no big deal. And then they just went on to traffic and, but I know what I witnessed and saw. So maybe because it come down the bay and it didn't, as far as I know, cut across any land. I mean, I'm sure at some point it had to have. And then the width of it, the size of the storm, in the bay in some areas are only 7-8 miles wide. I don't even know if it's that. I think it's 4 to 6 miles. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing great this morning. It's Sunday, like I was saying. It went from yesterday, I think a high of 75 today to 49 and windy. I don't know if you can hear the wind now. But this is supposed to be the last cold day we're going to have this week. I'm on my way out of here. I'm going to get somewhere and try to get to a new place and check it out. And nowhere dangerous. I'm just going to go somewhere that I haven't been, that I've been checking, that I've been looking into for a while. And as far as I know, it's not dangerous. But it's probably going to be public land, or it's going to be a buddy of mine's place that, as far as I know, he hasn't had any issues, but they're definitely there. So, all right, guys. You don't have to share this or anything. It doesn't matter. I appreciate you guys following me. Oh, one more thing. I've noticed, I don't know, I think a couple people on here, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to draw any bad towards them because of what's going on with the views and stuff. But I've noticed that the views have gone way down. Not just me, but quite a few people's channels. Not getting any notifications. Like my most important, my most watched channels, my most cared about from day one, I'm not getting any notifications. I'm not seeing 95% of their videos, and it's really upsetting. So I don't know what YouTube's doing, or, in the beginning I thought somebody, I don't know nothing about electronics or the interweb, but I didn't know if somebody went through and undid all my notifications or what. And I was like, what is going on? Because I used to get so many at one time that I had to make a decision on which ones I was going to jump back and forth and try to watch 3 in a row at the same time. But now I'm lucky to get one notification. I don't understand it. But someone close to me reached out and commented to me and said that it's been a norm lately. So I hope this gets turned around. I mean, we deserve to get our stuff out just like any other channel. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Like I said, I'll be out today all day. If I don't reach you, If I don't respond right away, it's because I'm in an area with bad service. I will get back to you. Yeah. I'll most likely have a couple up tonight. One more thing. I'm cutting back on content. I don't feel that. I think I'm doing way too much. I'm swamping you guys. I apologize. And along with the notifications and view thing, I don't feel that it's making any difference. So, not trying to be negative, not trying to sound negative. That's not my nature, but I guess maybe it is. I don't know. In other words, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to get the truth out to the ones that don't know or do know, but just don't quite have the education on it. And it seems like in the last month, the more I do, the less that is recognized, I guess. I don't know. I was having, on a bottom end, 15 to 1,900 views, all the way up to 25 and 45,000 views. I think I've even had a couple 60,000 views. Now I'm getting 85 and 120 and 250. I think like 600 is like setting the world on fire for me. So I think I was getting more out to everyone with less content than I am with doubling down and tripling down. So anyway, love you guys. I'll see you later on. Maybe I'll go live early before like 7 o'clock. Nothing promised. I don't know. But anyway, you guys take care. Thanks for following me. I appreciate you. I love you. You guys are the best. I'll see you later on. Thanks.